Good morning, Nigerians. My name is Jay, the founder of NOG, Nigeria Organization for Good Governance. I'm here by the NOG office, Johannesburg, this morning. I feel compelled to throw some light on the current affairs in Nigeria. We know we have the revolution by Sowore, which has been construed and is causing a lot of problem and tension in the country. I just want to call on the government to have an open mind in interpreting the word revolution, because in the world we live in today, many words have a verve, and the 21st century has, with time, continued to give new meaning to words. So the word revolution does not necessarily mean a violent overtake. Rather, in a simple term, it means deploying new ways of doing things, which come down to what Sowore has continued to say or affirm that he intends to achieve by the revolution. I just want to give you one very interesting instance. In 2011, I visited Nigeria with my wife from the UK, and just coming out of the airport, I was stopped by the police, and then the driver went to try and speak to the police, and then the police was kind of taking time behind the vehicle. I wasn't sure what was going on. Then I came out of the car to approach the situation, and I simply said, "What is the drama?" And funny enough, we got delayed for over 30 minutes just by that word, "What is the drama?" In the place I was coming from, "What is the drama?" simply means what is going on. Why in Nigeria the police guy interpreted that as insulting, or however, I don't know what his interpretation was, but he was just pissed off and annoyed, and he was aggressive just for the sake of that statement, "What is the drama?" So I want us to view the interpretation of the word revolution in the light of the instance I just gave. Sowore, from all my research, because I'm currently writing a report on this revolution. My report will entail what happened, what was the intention, and all the data we can gather to give the government an overview of what the revolution was all about, so that we can have a balanced playground to interpret things, so that we don't miscarry justice. There's also a statement, a scenario or a narrative in the Bible that said that the father must not push the son to anger, while the son is obligated to respect the father. So you can see there's the need for a balance of relationship between the leaders, the elders, and the youth and the young generation of today. What I'm trying to say, in essence, is that I'm trying to appeal to the government to release Sowore, because I think there's no ground for which such harsh tactics need to be used in addressing this matter. There has not been any indication of violence in the call for the revolution. Looking at the today meaning of revolution, which simply means deploying new ways of doing things. That does not mean dethroning a government by any means. So I'm appealing, please, the President, Your Excellency, release Sowore so that we can have a common ground. I would even suggest that call Sowore as the voice of the young generation, and seek possible recommendation from his own view. What does he think the Nigerian government should do to help bridge the gap that we have today? I think that is the best approach to take, because if you look at the country we're living in today, there's too much violence going on. We're not trying to blame it on anybody, but there is a driving force for all this violence. The suffering in Nigeria, everybody is having a fair share of it. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You buy your Ferrari, you buy your Jeep, you are still suffering because there's no road. Look at the incident of the flood that happened a few days ago. A member of the government lost their life to flooding. So the reality is real. 5 people were kidnapped from the ROCCG. That is reality. It is not because the government is responsible, but because is the effect of the reality on ground, which need a collective effort to resolve these differences. I want to call on the youth of Nigeria to be liberal in their thinking, because we cannot build the Nigeria we seek by dividing ourselves in the lines of religious difference, in the lines of tribal differences. We must free our mind to embrace positive thinking, to imagine that in 2011, when I came to Nigeria, just for the mere statement of what is the drama, a policeman held me for more than 30 minutes is ludicrous. But you can even imply that to many different cases that you don't know about. The killing is going on. Rich people in Nigeria cannot sleep. Their kids are under the risk of being kidnapped. That is not the country we dream of in 2021 or in 2019. So for us to fix the country and make it a place that we can be happy and peaceful to live in, we must work together. So the older generation must free their mind to give thought to the younger generation. If your son came to you as an elder and said, "Dad, I'm not happy with the way you're doing things," you will not pull a gun and shoot him. You will rather find a way to sit him down and see how you can understand where he's coming from. I think that is the best approach. So any agitation that we currently have in the country, I think there's need for room for, we should even set up a panel of human relationship department in the government to address different community agitation, because we have different tribes in the country, so this agitation will continue to come out. So if we don't have a way of dealing with them, we will never move forward. We will be like a country that is stuck in a roller coaster. So I'm appealing to the government to please release Sowore. Let's set up a panel under which issues raised by the young generation can be addressed like in other countries. For example, I'm married to a foreigner. My wife cannot get Nigerian passport. What is the reason for such a limitation? Why, on the other hand, a Nigerian can migrate to Britain and get British passport and even become a member of the parliament? So you can see how the margin that exists between our way of doing things and the other communities in the world. That is why youth will continue to develop these grievances. So the need for the revolution, as said, and according to my definition, is necessary, and it cannot be swept under the carpet. Thank you for watching this video. Please visit our website www.nog.live. If you want to be a member and join the movement of Nog, please just register on the website and we will get in touch with you immediately. We need to work together. It doesn't matter which part of the country you're from. We need to work together to see that Nigeria work for us. The vision we have as the Nigeria Organization for Good Governance is to see that in between now and 40 years' time, our youth will not desire to migrate. Rather, they will desire to stay in Nigeria, because there's hope for good job, good road, good electricity, and a stable government. Thank you very much. God bless.